Hey. Whoa.
Dun,
Dun, dun.
Well,
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our viewing party. We realized we were forgetting to say that at the beginning, so we just said it now.
Yeah, and for any of those who are new to the audience, welcome. And we are a movie podcast. We review movies in a fun, silly, slay kind of way.
Yeah, our kind of goal, premise, the original thing is that it's like people's favorite movies. But this month is my birthday and it's about me, so we're doing musicals. Okay, so we're doing our favorite musicals. We will have a guest maybe next week. And this will be one of their favorite movies when we do that. That'll be.
But it's kind of all three of our favorite musicals.
Okay. All of these are like our favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so in case you couldn't guess, this week we're doing The Greatest Showman.
Yes.
And I'm literally so excited.
I know. I love The Greatest Showman so much.
I love it so much. There it is. I live. Okay, but before we get into it.
Maddie, do you want to start with your favorite question?
Yes, I have a question. Tatiana.
Mm-hmm. I thought of it this week.
You did?
I did.
Good. What is your favorite form of media you consumed this week?
Okay, so
we should come up with a Slayer name for that, but it's okay. We'll work on it.
What is your favorite media? I don't know. I can't think of it on the spot.
Go ahead.
So I thought of this week. Well, actually, as I say that, I thought of it this morning. But I did think of it ahead of time.
Good job.
But I wasn't thinking of like media I was consuming all week of like, oh, I should pay attention to this. This is my favorite.
Okay.
But you know what I have been giggling at?
What?
Have you seen the guy on TikTok that I can't think of his name or their name of they like do the videos of like the friend that just cracked the Liberty Bell.
Yes.
I have been
What was the first one that went viral? Was it the
Cinderella one?
No, there was one that he did and everyone lost it. Was it the Betsy Ross one? It was like Betsy Ross making the flag.
Oh, I don't know.
His name is like Octopus something.
Yes,
is his username. But those are so funny. Oh no, the first one was Mona Lisa.
Yes.
Mona Lisa posing for
I have been laughing so hard at those.
Because then they finish and he's like, "Thank you so much, everybody. That was great. Thank you, everybody, for your time. I've got to go. It was good."
Have you seen the one where it's the president that doesn't make Mount Rushmore? He's like, just tell me. Oh my god.
Did you also see the one that is Pluto finding out that they're not a planet anymore?
And he's like rolling out his foot when he gets the ball. Like, I literally was showing my mom all of those videos yesterday because they're making me giggle.
Yes, and I love the people like what is it called when they stitch it? People stitching it and doing the response. Like Hank Green did one.
Oh, really?
And it's like Hank Green is like Pluto's agent telling him that he's not a planet anymore.
I'm dead.
And it's so funny. They're like, I'm sorry. I just live. That is peak internet comedy.
It is. I'm going TikTok viral right now.
Okay, Slay, tell us about it. Tell us about it, girlie.
So my friends call me a boss baby.
Like we are referencing the film.
Like the film Boss Baby. And the other day I made a TikTok saying that I was no longer going to be in the girl boss category. I just want to be a boss baby because all I do is take naps and take naps. I want to have screen time and I have a sippy cup by me at all times.
Which I think you're doing literally right now.
Yeah. Hi. And it's usually a spindrift, but I did say it was coffee with a straw. Yeah, and I want to rule the world. So that's my new brand.
I want to rule the world.
Okay, Maddie, what was your favorite piece of media?
Okay, so buckle up. Book fans, Daisy Jones and the Six came out this week. The Amazon Prime series for Daisy Jones and the Six, which is a Taylor Jenkins Reid novel. She wrote The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
I want to read that.
So good. But this book, it's amazing. It's one of my favorites, and it's about like a band. It's very much inspired by Fleetwood Mac and like the drama of the band. And it's like the 70s, and it is so good. But the show just premiered, and I got my bag so hard.
Period.
And it's so cool the way that they're doing it because they are a band and they all were auditioned, like they're actually playing all of their instruments
actors?
And they're actually singing and they're all doing that thing, like doing the whole thing. And they released the album like as if it's. What are you giggling at? What are you giggling at?
Because I realized I was listening to you and then I was active listening.
Tati got in trouble for not having her face.
Having a resting concerned face.
Yeah. So Tati was given a note to be a little bit more lively. So I think that was her being lively. Tati, it's
shaking my head. Like I felt like I was in show choir again, like listening to you.
It's the fact that I'm so not used to you reacting to me that I was concerned.
I'm crying right now, y'all. Oh,
Anyways,
shit. Sorry.
That was so funny.
I got distracted.
So Daisy Jones and the Six. So that cast is really iconic. It's like Riley Keough, I think you say her name, who's Elvis Presley's granddaughter.
Okay.
And we're all in our Elvis bag recently.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like
Hi, Austin
that's
Butler.
the fun part of it. And it's also starring Sam Claflin, like Finnick.
I can't look at you. I'm
okay,
sorry.
then don't look at me. It's Finnick from Hunger Games.
Oh, hot.
He's like the king. Like the internet is calling him like the king of book to movie adaptations.
Okay.
Or book to screen because this is a show. And Suki Waterhouse, who is so iconic, and she's a musician and she's dating Robert Pattinson, and like we fucking live for Suki Waterhouse. What?
Nothing. I'm listening to you. I'm sorry. I kind of have the giggles right now.
You're so weird. Okay. So like Suki Waterhouse, which her hair, like everyone who knows me knows that I'm super indecisive.
And if you're watching, doesn't Maddie's hair look so good? Put in the comments that Maddie's hair looks so good.
Thank you. I'm a hair girly through and through, and I love to change my hair color, and I'm watching Suki in the show, and I'm like, because it's so good. It's like so beautiful, but it's literally like kind of the same color as mine. So it's kind of validating me not to change my hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyways, but Daisy Jones and the Six, it is so good. The music is so good. And it's made me fall down like a like Fleetwood Mac rabbit hole as well, because it very much mirrors like all of the drama with like Fleetwood Mac and Lindsay, I forget his last name. Like it's like Lindsay and Stevie Nicks, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It very much mirrors that, and it's super interesting. And so I've been falling down both the Daisy Jones hole and the Fleetwood Mac hole.
Oh, come on, Fleetwood Mac.
So I was listening to the music on the way to your house, and it is so good. So if any of y'all are watching Daisy Jones and the Six, please let me know. We only have 3 episodes out already, and then
is it a weekly thing?
Yeah, and it is so good. I think you would like it.
Okay.
And I just am like the like 70s like grunginess of it all. It is so I'm like into it.
Nice.
And it's really cool what they. Okay, we'll get back on track in a second, but the whole like media situation for this is so cool because they like it's a whole brand that they're creating, and they are the band member. I mean, they're themselves, but they are like forming the band. There's a possibility of them going on tour, like as the band.
Oh, how cool.
Like in real life. And they also did a partnership with like Free People, so you can buy some of the clothes that they're wearing. And they like it's very smart the way that they're doing it, because the book is a huge book, like it's a really big thing, and it's like super cool, and I'm here for it. So if everyone watch Daisy Jones and the Six, because I promise you'll like it.
You really did sell it.
Thank you. And also I know that like book to screen adaptations can be like spooky sometimes. But I forget everything I read anyways the minute I put the book down. So some people, I guess, have problems with it. I do not have problems with it because I don't remember the book anyways.
Well, period. How long ago did you read the book?
Oh, a while ago. Like 2022 probably.
Oh,
no,
okay.
21. Like a long time ago.
Oh, got you.
But it's so good. So, yeah. That's the favorite thing I've consumed.
Yay.
But also... that's a lot. We'll get into it. Also, the internet drama, though, this week has been so insane, and I only kind of know it. So
what
any of you...
drama?
Okay. Well, there's the Haley and Selena situation. Tati, so if I'm kind of off the grid, if I'm dancing on the grid, Tati's completely off the grid. Tati doesn't really usually know this kind of stuff.
I never know internet drama.
Yeah, so it's like a lot. It's a whole big thing. But also, have you ever watched Vanderpump Rules?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
No.
Well, it just came out that... Tom Sandoval, right? That's his name. Tom Sandoval was cheating on Ariana, his girlfriend for like a million years, with James Kennedy's girlfriend, Raquel. And it's like drama. And the way that James Kennedy is attacking everybody on social media is very valid, because like they majorly fucked up, but it's so wild. My mom was filling me in on it today. It is wild. So anybody who's a fan of that,
I have to tell my dad, because my dad... weirdly enough, loves Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, tell him. It's drama.
Oh my gosh.
It's drama. So, Ariana Madix, I hope you're doing okay. James Kennedy, I hope you're doing okay, because damn.
Wow. Yeah, I had no clue.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Sorry,
that's that.
back to our
It's been
scheduled
an eventful
program.
week in pop culture, truly.
I've
Um,
been reading a lot, actually. You'd be so proud of me.
I am proud.
Thanks. Thanks,
What book are you
Maddie.
reading? Tell everyone.
When if
If
if we were villains, I don't
yes,
know. When we were
yes, that's a
villains.
great book if you like theater and mysteries.
Yeah, book rec. I'm
Book
not done
rec.
with it yet.
Yeah,
But when I'm done with it, I'll give you all my thoughts and
you'll love it. I
such.
know. Okay. Anyways,
Sorry,
so
back to the thing that we do.
now the Greatest Showman.
Period.
The Greatest Show. Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to say first, I do believe. Do you know
Oh,
what I'm
I
gonna
know
say?
exactly, because you say this every time we talk about this movie.
Because it's true. So I saw this movie with Parker Griffin, bestie of the pod.
Bestie of the pod.
And I believe with my whole soul that the reason why this movie became as big as it did is because of me and Parker. Okay? Like we are single-handedly responsible for its success. We went to go see this movie in 2017, December of 2017. I shit you not, we were the only people in the theater. It was opening weekend. We had the best time. We told everybody about how amazing it was. And I don't know if y'all remember, but this movie didn't do well at first, but then it did well later. And I believe it's because we sang its praises.
Well, Century Fox owes you
Run
$1.
me my check.
Yeah.
Okay.
High publicity.
Hi. It was because of me. Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron. You can thank me. Send into my DMs. Anyways, so yeah, iconic. I think I'm gonna say something so controversial. You probably also know what I'm gonna say. This movie is everything that I wanted La La Land to be.
Yeah.
I hate La La Land.
Maddie
Famously.
Maddie despises
Vehemently.
La La Land.
I mean, I think that there are excellent performances in it, and I think the cinematography is beautiful. But I famously hate La La Land because I feel like we were not given what was advertised.
That's fair.
Do you know what I'm saying? We were they said it was going to be a big musical. It was not. It was Emma like, and I'm like, no, I need opulence. I need camp. I need drama. I need vocals. And what does The Greatest Showman give us? All of that.
Yeah.
Period.
So we get into that opening, and it is. They start like the bass, the drums.
It's so iconic.
Good.
I also love a movie that has a creative opening sequence, opening title sequence. You know, it is so magical.
And it's kind of like it. What I really love about this movie musical is it really does kind of pay homage to a lot of other movie musicals.
Very that.
Which I know.
I know. Yeah. No, it's so fierce. So we're getting the opening. This is The Greatest Show.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, better slay. You just know that he's getting his bag so hard.
Because if that man is anything, he's a sing and dance man.
Oh, I saw the funniest tweet like the other day, tweet or TikTok, where it was like, I think it's so funny that Hugh Jackman got like trapped into this Wolverine contract. Not to say that he didn't love it, but because all that man really wants to do is sing and dance.
Like the house.
He's getting his bag. Good for him.
Good for him.
Also the lighting.
He's under the bleachers. You see the shadows.
The shadow, the feet, the
hat in the corner.
Hat. It's the moment like I live.
Yeah.
And then it opens up and we see, the whole circus, if you will. Zendaya.
We had our first taste of Zendaya, and she's just I'll gush in a probably a good
Zendaya.
20 minutes about Zendaya.
I also wrote the smile on my face during this opening.
It's so good.
It is so good. Like it's magical.
And what this movie does so well is so they go through the whole circus sequence of this opening number, and then he's like, it's everything you ever want, and it slows down, and the music kind of fades out.
Yes.
He's turning and looking at what he's created, and then it the transitions in this movie are incredible.
I also think it's a wonderful kind of foreshadow to everything kind of falling apart around him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, because all the the shadows were like strobes, and he was seeing everything,
and he's kind of getting and it's falling apart and going away, and I'm like,
I love this in books, and I love this in movies, and I love this in pretty much a lot of media, is when they start off at the end.
At the end? Yeah.
Because I'm like, I have to know how you got there.
Exactly. I think when it's done right, it's so effective. And I think that this movie does it very right.
Absolutely.
All right.
So then he is poor boy.
Oh yeah, we get the transition of him as a
Taylor's
kid.
son.
Will Swenson's son. Which if I'm anything, it's a fan of Will Swenson. Mr. Audra McDonald. Mr. Berger from the revival of Hair.
Period.
I love Will Swenson. They're poor. He's a
Like a tailor.
A tailor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so to speak. And they're at
Um,
the rich people's house.
Michelle Williams'
Mhm.
house, young Michelle
Yeah,
Williams.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's like flirting with her.
Yeah, which I have to say, well,
What
no,
you
this
gotta
isn't
say?
like, I have to say that what he did wasn't that funny. I'm like, girl, why are you laughing so hard?
Okay, you're gonna tell me that when you like a boy and they do something only slightly funny, you're not gonna be like,
Yeah, I guess.
yeah,
I'll
okay,
be
she
like,
was in
no.
her bag.
I'll probably be like, be funnier.
Yeah, that's your gag, bro. That's your gag.
I'm like, try better.
Yeah, but she was gagging for him. There, and she's got a crush. She's
Yeah,
like,
okay, yes.
She also, I don't think, has much social interaction.
Yeah.
It seems like her life is kind of sad. She's rich, but she's sad. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And yeah, he makes her laugh, and her dad slaps him
Across the face.
across the face. My jaw dropped.
Me too.
I forgot about that.
Every single time I do.
Me too. Ugh, and yeah, they leave. They're at the beach. She sneaks out to go meet him at the beach.
I love it.
I know, I love it too. And she's like, they're sending me to finishing school. And he's like, oh damn. But then he starts singing to
He's like,
her.
I close my eyes and I
His
can
little
say.
voice is so cute. What is that?
Or no, my favorite is, I literally wrote this down. My own.
Oh, they have this poor little kid singing low.
Yes.
I'm like, oh goodness, Pasek and Paul, damn.
I don't know. They really wrote for a bass.
Yeah, so then they start singing. It's so beautiful. They like trespass into this house,
Which is gorgeous.
it's so beautiful.
But also like hi bugs.
hi bugs, hi creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he like finds like a lamp and he lights it up. What was that?
Like I know we're like because I've always thought during this scene, I'm like, you're gonna tell me you made that look like an elephant on the wall? Yeah, okay.
But I don't think that necessarily that's happening. I think it's a magical,
Yeah.
mystical element that we're supposed to be like, it's because he's gonna make a circus. Like there also weren't fucking ladies in the chandelier, but we do see trapeze go into the
I know
chandelier.
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like it's fun, it's camp, it's pretty, it's cute.
Maddie, it looks good kill.
No, I get. Yeah, it's.
And I'm
kooky,
like,
though.
yeah, okay.
This movie, like, this is very much like a suspend your disbelief movie.
Yes, which don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I live and I laugh and I love.
Well, don't we all?
But that's not to drag.
Yeah.
I just thought it was silly.
It is very silly.
So Charity has to go off to finishing school.
Yes.
And then she gets in the carriage and the little boy sees
I know
her,
what you're gonna
whatever.
say.
And the way that the fabric
Drops and
rolls down,
spools-
it's
yes,
gorgeous.
It's so beautiful, and he like runs down. He's like crying. It's sad.
Sorry,
And then his
boy.
dad gets sick.
Yeah.
Mr. Will Swenson dies. It was really lovely to have you in there for a moment, Will Swenson. I
Yeah.
do hope that you're doing well because I am a big fan.
And then the boy is poor because obviously he
He's
doesn't
poor.
have a
He's
family.
an orphan. He's in his Jean Valjean era. He steals a
Uh-huh.
loaf of bread and he
And
gets
hi, Hugh Jackman.
hi Hugh Jack.
The
Hugh Jackman
crossover.
musical cinematic universe.
Whoa.
Mhm. So yeah, he runs. Whatever. He doesn't get the bread, but
Mm-mm.
then somebody gives him an apple. Somebody who looks a little different than the rest of than others do gives him an apple, and he's like touched by it. And then we get him older.
With prosthetics and makeup.
Well, I think it's CGI. don't you
CGI.
think?
I don't know, but
It's kinda
Hugh
funky.
Jackman is a very handsome man.
Yes.
But with this makeup, I'm like,
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm a
funky.
little scared.
But he works for the railroads. 'Cause, like,
Yes.
this is kind of like industrial boom, whatever. So he's working for the railroads and he makes some money.
Mhm.
And then he's like, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get Charity, her name is, right?
Yes.
And he goes and he gets Charity and he like picks her up from her house and the dad's like, she'll be back. And they're like, hee hee, and they walk away and they're all happy.
They're so cute.
And then there's like a couple like running around New York City.
And they're
It's
in the
so
smoke
cute.
of the railroad.
And like the Flatirons being built.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And yeah, and then they get like an apartment and they're on the roof of it.
Yes, and this is giving Moulin Rouge.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Mhm.
It's so Moulin Rouge, and you can tell it's like purposeful.
Yes, with the big moon and it's blue. There's like sparkles. There's smoke.
And
they're
I love the
dancing.
sheets, the way the sheets are like
Oh,
flying.
Also, the dancer doubles.
the dancer
gorgeous.
doubles. I know the way it's split up is so camp.
Yes, I live.
Mhm.
And they're like dancing, and then they love the shot where they like reach their arm and it's like
Oh,
slow motion.
Yes, but I'm like, girl, what if he didn't catch you? You would be dead.
Well, that's what love is. You always are there to catch the other person when they fall.
That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. Okay, and then there's another cute transition, and
Mhm.
she's pregnant.
Yeah. Hi,
Aw,
baby.
Hi, baby. And
And then
then
he works at I don't know where he works. A bank?
something businessy. I don't think for a bank. I think
No.
he works for he works for a company doing something,
Mhm.
and they have like ships that are.
Yes.
I think they're transporting a good of a sort. I think he
Sure.
works for like something selling. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the ships sink, and so all of the like assets for this company sink, and so they have to lay everybody off. So Hugh Jackman gets laid off.
Yeah.
Rip. And so he has to tell his kids it's like one of his daughter's birthdays, and they're a very cute little
I
family,
know. They just are like magical, like
happy to be with each other.
mhm.
But he always wants more for their kids because he grew up poor and he like wants to really provide for his children, whatever.
Yeah, and for charity too, because she came from like
Yeah.
a very rich
Yes. It's
family.
kind of yeah. It's giving kind of like fragile masculinity a little bit,
Yeah,
but at this point it's
but
not scary yet.
yes,
He
yes,
just
yes.
wants the best for his family, but like she kind of even still like looks at him like, "Girl, like it's okay.
Well,
It's
which
all
I
okay."
really, which I guess I'll actually mention it later. I'll mention
Okay,
it
don't
later.
forget.
I'm gonna keep the audience wanting more.
Okay. I put they're poor but slay.
Yes, and then he makes a little wishy machine, which I thought was really cute.
Yes, it's like a little like
And then one of the little girls is like, because when
yes.
she's like, makes a wish in the little wishy
Yeah,
machine, and she goes, "What's your wish? To marry Santa Claus?" I was like, "That's your wish?
Kind
Yeah,
of a weird
okay,
wish.
girl."
And Hugh Jackman says that's a good wish, and I was like, no, it's a bad wish.
Yeah, it's
to
a
be
bad wish,
honest.
Hugh. Don't lie.
And the other one wishes for ballet,
Ballet
slippers.
slippers.
Ballet slipper.
And then
sorry, took the last one.
Is that quote about ballet slippers?
It's about nail polish ballet slipper color. It's the Lady Gaga at the Oscars.
Yes.
Ballet slipper. Sorry, took the last one.
one.
But the way she said ballet slipper reminded me of that.
Oh, how funny!
I know, it's
didn't
so
know
funny.
what that was.
Yeah, ballet slipper. Yeah, and but also like, I put if I was his wife, I'd be like, just be happy,
Well, she wishes for happiness.
as happy as they always are, as they are currently.
Yeah, and then when the little girl goes boring.
I know the little girls are little girling.
And then he's at the bank now.
No, he's at his desk.
No.
Yes,
Oh yes.
he's
No,
at the desk
okay.
because he sees an apple on his desk.
No, girl.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Wait.
Oh, I did skip. Go
yes.
ahead. You go.
Yeah.
No, girl.
Not yet. He's
Oh,
on.
yeah.
He's at. Well, okay. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yes. Okay.
Because I
Maddie.
put okay. He goes to the bank. He goes to the bank. You're right.
I know
And
I'm right.
He gets a loan.
Well, yes, he does.
Tony's spicy today. He gets a loan, and I'm like, this is illegal.
Yes,
Sir?
because he completely lied.
He says that he has he
has
gives them the
collateral.
deed for the ships, which I'm like, how did you even get your hands on that?
Yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, how did
His
you get?
photocopy didn't exist.
Yeah, that's right. He like shows them he gives them the deed for the ships or whatever, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you money, and they give him all this money,
Uh-huh.
and he's like sitting at his desk, like thinking about what he's gonna do next, and he sees an apple,
Yeah.
and that's where I thought we were. Sorry, he sees an apple, and oh wait, no, I'm still.
You're
skipping.
not right, Maddie. This is not correct.
Then take
Maddie,
it
can I take it
away.
away? Thank
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
Okay, so we're at the
understand.
bank.
I know what I did wrong.
There's another family that's trying to get a loan.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Maddie skipped a lot.
Oh, sorry.
So we see this little person. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, and well, I have to comment that he was like, "What are you looking at, flop doodle?" Which I think I'm gonna start
Flopdoodle.
calling everyone flop doodle.
That's a good one.
Yeah, flop doodle. So then he opens a museum and a
Oh, yeah,
museum
yeah.
of wax figures.
Yes.
This is important to the literal plot of the movie, but go off back. I don't know. I'm in the mood to
Yeah,
fight.
you're right. No, you're right. You're right. Drag me.
So he opens a museum,
Mhm.
wax figures. The little girls are like, yeah, okay. The
Yeah,
wife is
the
like,
wife is like, what did you do?
yeah,
He's all excited. He's like, look what I did with our money, everybody.
yeah.
And they're like, girl, what? First of all, where'd you get the money? Second of all, huh? And he tells her how he got the money.
And she's like,
Which I'm like, huh?
I'd be like, husband.
Yeah. Cookiana. Anyways. So now
But then
the kids kind of read him down because
Yes.
they're like, this is kind of boring. This is
now
kind
you
of
can take it
dumb.
away, Maddie.
Thank you. He's like, this is kind of boring. This is kind of like, whatever. You need some life in here.
Yes.
And so he's sitting at his desk, like thinking, and he
Mhm.
sees an apple, and he's like, You know what I remember? That one time someone was nice to me who
Mhm.
looked a little different.
Mhm.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna exploit people who are different and have
Yikeronis.
disabilities. Like,
Yikes.
wha-
Hi, yikes.
it's so insane. Also, we didn't say it at the beginning. We do not condone the real
Oh,
P.T. Barnum and
yeah,
his
yeah,
actions. I hope we
yeah.
all are aware. We are bad. We know that he's bad. We're just here for the nice songs. Ugh. Okay, yeah. So
And Zac Efron.
he's
And Zendaya.
and Zendaya. Yeah. So he is like, I'm gonna go find that kid that I saw at the bank,
Yes.
and I'm gonna see if he wants to be a part of my show.
To be yes, and literally, this is one of the worst things anyone could possibly say.
I know.
The guy's like, they'll be laughing at me. Hugh Jackman says back, they're laughing anyway, kid. Might as well get paid.
It's so bad. It's wild. But they're
Mhm.
like, he's like, you're gonna be like Napoleon. Like,
Yeah.
I'll make you like Napoleon.
Because he has like all these little like soldier
Yeah.
whatever.
It's clearly an interest, and he's, using the interest. So then he's on the lookout for people who what he says. Where does it say? Wanted people of unique persons and curiosities. Damn. And so people start lining up. People are like applying for the gig, so to
Mhm.
speak. We see
It's an
like
open call.
it's
as
an
you
open
will.
call.
As
Yes.
an open call, not an
Um,
EPA though.
no,
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 not for principal actors. It's more of an
no.
ensemble.
It's an
piece.
ensemble piece. So he's searching, and we see like the guy with all the hair
Mhm.
that they call Dog Boy. And we see like the guy with the tattoos. We see a
Mhm.
really tall guy. We see
Mhm.
that bigger guy in the
Mhm.
way. He's like, "How much do you weigh?" He's like, "I don't like to say, but 500 pounds." And then it's 700.
750
And I love the
pounds?
way that actor is like,
Yeah, he's just happy
he's
to be
making
alive.
choices. It's so good. And then we see like Zendaya.
Yes.
Zendaya's there with her brother, and they're a trapeze duo.
Mhm.
What a hot couple, or
Are
a
you
hot
kidding
couple of
me?
siblings, I meant to say.
Yeah, like
Whoa.
Mhm.
Anyways, and then we get Come Alive. Okay, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What is your favorite, musical number in this?
Here's the thing. I honestly think it might become alive.
Me too. I think that this is the best. I think this is my favorite, like, ensemble piece
It's
moment.
so
The music
good.
is so good. The choreography, which I did Google the
I
choreographer.
literally wrote, I truly don't think it can get better than this choreography wise in any
No,
movie
I
musical.
don't think so
Like
either.
the way that the
That's
choreography
it.
is so incredible, so unique. Like I have truly never. It's like
Shout out to
fuses-
Ashley Wallen.
Yeah,
Ashley Wallen did the choreography for it.
slay diva
Yes,
slay because
very
it's
much.
such an amazing combination of so many different styles. It's a little
Mhm.
hip hop, it's a little musical theater, jazz, funk, like it's
It's so cool.
everything.
Do you remember that performance they did before the movie came out? I think it was during like Annie Live or no, Christmas Story Live. They did a performance and it was so cool. They did it like on like the Warner Brothers backlot, I think it
Uh-huh.
was. And it's really fierce, and Zac Efron's in it. They put
Oh,
him in it for
period.
it. And like Zendaya's wearing that like the pink wig with the like
Purple.
but the butterfly the butterfly dress that she wears.
Gorge.
And it was such a moment. And Zac Efron does like hat thing. I've watched that video so many times. So if you haven't seen that video, Tati,
I'll have to go
watch it. It is so fierce. I love it. Also, the rehearsal video of that song.
Oh my gosh.
That-
yes.
when that
when
went
Hugh Jackman is
viral,
holding the phone, he's like,
it's so good. I think Come Alive is the best ensemble piece in this.
It's also to this is actually like a theme throughout the whole movie, but the use of like sounds of what they're doing within the like they were like
Yes.
hammering something
Yeah.
and it was like so good. And then the red coat transition.
Oh,
He takes off one of his coats and then
Come
swings the red coat
alive.
around and it is
Mhm.
so good.
Oh my gosh. Oh, also the bigger guy slays the line that he sings. He sings the "Never, never be the same,"
Yes,
which
I wrote that
isn't
down, I wrote
on the
that down.
cast. It's not on the album.
Oh,
It's
rude.
only in the movie, and it's so fierce the way he sings
And
it.
then Zendaya's on like the lira thing, the hoop. I think it's called
Oh.
the lira. I don't know. I'm not a trapeze artist.
Yeah.
The lyra thing, and she sings her line.
What line is it?
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't remember, but it's so fierce.
But I'm like, she's just like
With the
leaning on
pink-
it, just like
Oh,
looking
Oh, I
gorgeous.
had it and then I lost it. Ugh,
Sorry.
it's okay. The song is just like it's such a beautiful. It's so good. I get chills every time I watch this number and I hear it.
It's fantastic.
Oh, shout out to the guy dancing with the third leg attached to him.
Oh yeah.
Fierce. Okay, and
The
then
dancers are all amazing. They're
Yes.
like, you could tell that the dancers are all like getting their bags too.
Oh, I think that that's something that is so good about this movie is you can tell how much love went into it.
Mhm.
Like from everywhere. You can
Mhm.
see how much fun all of the like ensemble members
Mhm.
are having, and you can see like it's a love. You can
Ugh,
tell. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Ugh,
So
it
good.
is
I
so
could
good.
literally one by one each dancer just like give them their acclaim and be like, "You're
Period.
amazing." The woman in the gold, the like bald woman in the gold.
Yes. And her voice too
Oh yeah,
later.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Sick,
Okay.
sick,
So then Come Alive ends
sad.
and sad. Sad. Come
I guess
Alive
the
does
rest of the
end.
movie has to go on, but
Yeah.
sad.
Um and then they
Do you want me to take
what?
it from
Yeah, go
here?
ahead.
Okay, so then the critic, there's like a theater critic that keeps, I don't remember what his name is, that is
Oh,
always
yeah, yeah.
around, whatever, and he hates him. He's
Mhm.
like, "This show, trash, you, trash, everything, trash."
Mhm.
And then Hugh Jackman reads him down and says, a theater critic that can't find joy in the theater seems fake.
Which
You're the real fraud."
I just know that that was like cuz so many theater people made this movie.
Mhm.
I know that that was just kind of like a fuck you to the theater critics out there. Do you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
It's so funny. But has a brilliant idea to like he's like half price tickets to anybody who brings in this terrible review of us,
Yeah.
which is such a fierce marketing tactic. What a businessman.
What a
Um
businessman.
and then the little girl does ballet.
Yes, they
She's
get the
in
house.
they get the house, the
Mhm.
house.
Mhm. The one that they
It's
like.
so beautiful.
It's gorgeous, but I'm also confused to why zebras were.
They weren't zebras, they were horses painted to look like zebras.
Oh,
Mhm. Because you know, it's
'cause
all a
fraud.
show. It's all a show, it's
Yeah.
all fake.
Mm.
This is the greatest show, you know? But yeah, that's the thing there because that's what I said. I even wrote that down. I was like, not the horses painted to look like zebras.
Yeah, I was like, not all
And they go to her
this."
ballet, and she's like, she's dancing, she's cute. It's a
Yeah,
cute time, but the girls are
yeah.
mean to her.
Yeah, they're
They
like,
sell. She
"You
smells
smell
like
that?
peanuts.
Peanuts?" I'm like,
Yeah,
I mean, peanuts, I don't like the smell of peanuts necessarily, but, like,
come up
don't be
with something
mean.
better.
Yeah,
Like if you're
exactly.
gonna be mean, be smart or be
Exactly.
creative.
Yeah, if you're a bully and you're not smart, then it's like you're the one that should be
Then
bullied.
yeah, you're the
We don't
flop.
condone bullying, but we kinda do. Like, we condone.
Sometimes bullying is insanely necessary. You know?
But if you're gonna bully, be smart about it. So we
Yes.
don't have to bully you back.
I'm only saying bullying is necessary sometimes because some people deserve to be bullied,
Yeah, for sure.
but those are only people
That
that
deserve
deserve
it.
to be bullied. You
And
know what I'm saying?
yeah. Don't do
Period.
anything that will make you be bullied.
Bring
Sorry.
back bullying.
Bring back
But
bullying.
yes, anyways.
So then we're at the ballet show.
And who do we meet at the ballet show?
Ugh, we're
Zac
back. We're back on our
Efron.
bullshit.
Oh
This is
my,
a Zac Efron podcast.
I love Zac
Like,
Efron.
and you know what? You know what I was thinking too?
Mhm.
So I was actually watching some High School Musical videos
Oh my god, I
recently.
love
They're
High
like
School
popping up on
Musical.
my stuff, whatever. And what is so
Ugh.
nice about
Mhm.
the whole Zac Efron era that we all got to live in was
Right.
that we really got him at three
I was gonna say the
specific
same thing.
points. Like we got him like singing and dancing as like baby High School Musical.
Yes.
We got him in Link Larkin, which we gushed about last week. Go listen to our Hairspray episode. And then we get him like now he's older and hot and like it's giving him he's a man and
Yes,
he's like back in his musical theater era because he was gone after.
he was gone.
Yeah.
He was off like doing
Mhm.
like Baywatch. And then
Yes.
we got him back. We got him
And he
back.
always said he's like, if I'm gonna return to musicals, I want it to be like something really good. And this is really good.
I put down, I was like, I love how we saw him like teenager, like little
Yes.
boy last week.
Yeah.
And like now, like he like you were just saying, he's like, oh,
like he's hot. And he
He's-
like kind of tucks in the vocal fret. He's like, I'm Zac Efron and I'm rich because I'm a what is his last name?
Carlisle.
He's a Carlisle.
Philip
I'm
Carlisle.
like, yeah, okay.
And I just love Zac Efron has such a twinkle in his eye.
Oh, there's such a charm. There's a beauty. There's just a sense of self about him. Like
He's
I
so
know that
hot.
he's probably. I think so. I've watched Down to Earth. He seems like he's nice to everyone
He
he
does seem like
meets.
he's nice.
And he really, Zac Efron, truly, honestly, I'm so proud of you. Like you really seem like you're getting your bag right
Mhm.
now, doing Down to Earth, and like what a guy.
I adore him. I just know that he's
you're
one of those
well.
people who will eventually do something like really fucking fierce, like and win an Oscar or something.
Yeah, just
Like he's gonna be one of those people, like because he's like a movie star, and I
Yes.
just know eventually he's gonna do or like a TV show, and it's gonna be like Zac Efron, and everyone's gonna be like surprised, but we knew all
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, this is a Zac Efron pod, if
Mhm.
anything. So Zac Efron's
Zac
on the
Efron,
scene.
I love you. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, Zac Efron, we were introduced to him. He's so hot.
And
Period.
then the Michelle Williams is like they're in the room because Hugh Jackman is like, I'm not satisfied, essentially.
Well, because yes, and doesn't she quit? The little
The little
daughter?
girl,
She's like,
yeah.
"I don't wanna dance anymore. We're fake. Like, this is
Mhm.
all fake. You
Yeah.
can fake, running a circus, but you can't fake ballet." She
Yeah.
reads her dad down. And then the dad, like, it gets him thinking, and he's like, "Yeah, he's not satisfied. He wants more."
Mhm.
'Cause, one thing about a white man, they're never gonna be satisfied. So, yeah,
So then he goes to he goes to Zac Efron's show because, Zac
Zac
Efron's
Efron's
like a
like a
theater
he's like a
producer.
producer, yeah, yeah, and he introduces himself,
Mhm.
and then
He's
then
like,
to be
"Let me take you out for a drink,
yes,
Zachy."
which
Zachy Poo. I'm like, "Let me take you out
it'd
for a
be my
drink."
whole dream to go out and have a drink with Zac Efron.
I literally know.
So yeah, then we're at I think one of my other favorite parts of this whole movie.
Ugh.
It is so this I something I love about this number is it's so satisfying. Like
Yes.
all the dun, dun,
That's what I'm saying, is the sounds that they use in
yes.
this movie are incredible.
And like the bartender, like all of the the
Dun,
clinks and
dun, dun, dun.
it's the Foley artists were working with this. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Shout out to the Foley?
Uh, the
Sound effects.
sound effects.
They were working. They were putting
Yes.
there. I hope they got paid a lot.
I'm
They probably
I
did.
hope they did too.
Um the bartender also he slayed. Zach sounds so good. The like
He
growl
sounds
to his
I
voice.
literally wrote, he said, real, my penmanship point, real, it's really, it's something that
It's
he like
so hot.
growls. He's like,
And I love the way he like walks away and then he goes,
oh,
"Don't
his little
you?"
smirk before.
And the like spin.
Ugh.
Oh my god. The
I
girls are
wrote
girling.
another great transition. Oh, because they transition from the bar to the circus, and then they're like dancing up the
Yes.
stairs.
Can I say
and
one more
get
thing about when they're
their
in the bar
bag.
though?
Yeah.
So they do agree to be partners.
Yes.
He finally agrees. And I love it when they make the deal.
Uh-huh.
The Zac Efron hands the bartender money and as soon as they make the deal, it goes cha-ching.
Yes.
And I was like, work!
Yes.
You were so right about the sounds.
I know.
Yeah,
girl.
so then we transition in there at the circus.
Yeah, and they're like gung, gung, ga, up
And
the
they're
stairs.
like introducing him to like whatever. He's like
Mhm.
seeing everybody. I was just really also want to know how fucked up are they? They must be so drunk. They had so many shots.
I literally would be dead on the floor.
I would be dead after 3.
Yeah.
Like, dang.
They took like 12 at least.
Oh, I put here just 2 men living their best lives.
Yeah.
Those
Those
two
getting
are just
drunk
so
at the bar,
happy.
singing and dancing.
Oh my gosh, they
That's my
look like
dream.
they're just having the best time. And then they're like go up the stairs and like to the other side. And who do we see?
Another
Zendaya,
hand reach.
another arm.
Yes.
And Zendaya's like on the trapeze and they
She's
link
like,
eyes.
Ugh.
And the way that they look at each other,
He's like
he's gagged.
jaw to the floor.
Jaw to the floor. I would be gagged if I looked at either one of them in person.
I literally
like
know.
just anyways. Then they like he's introduced everybody. They go downstairs and they're he's
Mhm.
introduced Hugh Jackman introduced Zach to Zendaya and her brother. And she's like, "What's your act?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't have an act." And she says, "Everybody's got an act."
Hot. And looks at him
Hot.
up and down. Like,
Okay.
scans.
Tati, do you know what I put? I said,
What?
"This is the look. The look she gave Zach is the look that you're talking about to me with like stuff like this." Do you know what I'm saying? So Tati coaches me with like boy stuff, and she's always like, she's really good at this. She's a Leo, and like she's like, I've never because I don't see you do that often because like we're not usually in situations where I see you. But I was like, that's what she's talking about. The way she's like,
like take their breath away.
no, that was a masterclass from Zendaya.
I think you
Truly,
Zendaya.
but I got what you
get
meant
it.
now.
You get it. It kind of is like, oh shit, I have nothing else to say because that
The
like,
look was all
you serve the platter and then you close it and you're like, and you walk away with it. I could do a whole podcast on that.
Oh my god! But I really was like, I get it now. I get it now.
Zendaya serves,
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
she walks away
The
and
way she walks
knows
away.
he's looking at her.
She knows.
and she doesn't turn around
No,
because she knows.
because she knows she doesn't have to.
Ugh, hot.
Fierce. Okay, so then they get invited by Queen Victoria
Yeah,
to
okay.
perform at Buckingham Palace, which I'm just like, okay, sure.
Like what?
I know.
Well,
and
I guess Zac Efron is like, hey, I mean, if Zac Efron called me, I'd go. But he's like, hey, queen.
hey, Queen.
Because he's like, I have to pull some strings.
Yes, so Zac Efron's pulling strings. They go to England to perform. And I think it's so wild what the Napoleon guy says to her. The guy's like kind of snaps back at Queen Victoria and she like laughs.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, okay, work. Then we're introduced to Jenny Lind. Jenny Lind. We're introduced to this opera singer
Yeah.
who is a character in this movie. and it's interesting.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful, but what a wacko hairdo they have her in.
I
The bun that's, like, on the
know.
side of her head, kinda uggo if you ask me. Um,
Yeah, it's not really flattering with the because the dress is like
no.
a it's almost giving like Aurora
I hate the way they dress her in this
sleaze.
movie.
Yeah, she deserves
She
better.
deserves
She's so
she's
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
But not the character,
Yeah,
the woman,
she
she's
deserves better.
beautiful.
Um, yes, period. And then, he says so he's, like, trying to convince her to join their show. He's never heard her sing, but she's, like, all the rage, and he's nothing if not a schmoozer. So he's,
Mhm.
like, talking to her, and, he's saying, "Just this once, I'd like to give audiences something real," which is such a fucking slap in the face to all of
Yeah.
his other performers. This is where
Yeah.
you really start to see, like, the downfall. Like, he's so dismissive of them,
Mhm.
and it's terrible. But she agrees to sing. Like, she agrees to sing for them, and we're
Yes.
back in the States,
Yes, now we're at the
at
opera.
the opera, and she's singing for them, and she's singing Never Enough. What a
Mhm.
beautiful song.
Well, also too, which I thought was really interesting, was Michelle Williams. They were like walking towards the opera, and PT Hugh Jackman was like, "Oh my gosh, it's full! Like the most elite of New York society is here." Yada yada yada. And then Michelle looks at him and is like, "Are you happy now?" Like
Mhm.
asks him,
Mhm.
which is interesting because she also wished for happiness. Like, can you just be happy?
Yeah, and he never will be.
Ugh.
Damn. So she sings Never Enough, which is so because it
Mhm.
is never enough. Even this is
Mhm.
not enough for him.
Mhm. And I
Fierce.
also love this pop song at the opera.
I literally put the same thing. But also props to Lauren Allred, this
Yeah,
woman who
the woman
sings it.
singing.
She's so iconic.
Yeah, because what's the actress's
Rebecca
name? Yeah,
Ferguson.
Rebecca is like really
That was
getting in with her whole body. I'm like, yeah, okay, girl.
yeah, okay, relax. So Slay. The song is gorge.
um,
Go ahead.
Zendaya's in her beautiful butterfly dress with the
Yes.
hat with the like the
Yeah, it's
lace piece
beautiful.
in front.
And she's standing next to Zach,
Hmm.
and they hold hands for
Oh,
a
and the
moment.
way the shot with their fingers
It's
and
like,
like, oh, it's
I know, the sexual tension. But then someone turns around and
ugh,
sees them. Are they his parents or are they just other
his
randos? His
parents.
parents see them and they like give him a look and he lets go. Because if one thing Zac Efron's characters in these movies is gonna do, it's not
Damn.
stand up for racial injustice
Damn.
until the very end.
Damn. Damn.
I'm like, this is the
That
theme.
is not a good theme.
Anyways,
Zach, please.
yeah. So that's a letdown. He lets go. She sings. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
I put the slight tear in Zach's eye.
Yeah.
Michelle, and then
She's seeing the way he's looking at her,
yeah.
and it's something else.
Ugh,
Oof. She's a wacky lady.
ugh,
Um.
makes me
Oh, and then
sad.
the all of the other the rest of the circus are like they're like want to go to this party because there's an after party before their show. There's a party
Mhm.
between the whatever, and he's like, no, you guys cannot.
Yeah, people aren't gonna pay if they just see you like
Yeah, and he's
lounging
being
around.
rude. He's being mean, and he like shuts the door on Kiala Settle's face.
How rude!
How rude! Which also he meets Kiala,
Um,
whatever.
yeah.
Kiala Settle. He meets her because she's singing,
Hmm.
and I'm like, she's been serving singing this whole time. She's been serving vocals. I'm confused as to why you were so big on this other singer. I guess because she's really famous.
Yeah.
But anyways, so they're all sad because he was rude to them. And this is
Mhm.
where we get, I think, the most iconic number from
Yeah.
this. This is me, which is so fierce. Like, they better work. And the way they all come in and they're like, everyone is just
They do like this, like again, the choreography
the
is just sick. They kind of like shoulder,
yes,
like
and you can just like you see how happy they are, and
Mhm.
it's just so joyful,
Yeah.
which I think is so magical about this. And
then also Zendaya's like F you, Zach.
she gives us
And Zendaya is such a good dancer, and I know that she was on
Shake It Up.
Shake It Up. I
Mhm.
did watch Shake It Up a little bit. It was kind of towards the end.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it.
like, but she's an amazing dancer. But that woman can hit and then melt.
Yeah, and
it's
she
sick.
sees that like Zach's like looking over at her for the I'm not scared
Yeah,
to
and
be
she's like,
seen.
"God."
The way she like
I love a good
it's
dancer.
so good.
I love a good dancer.
And the I make no apologies. And then she's like,
This
"Duh,
is me."
This is me. It's so fierce. What a chokehold that song had on everybody in 2018.
absolutely.
That song, that video, that iconic video of like
Yes.
of Hugh Jackman like standing up and singing, even though he
No.
was not supposed to.
Wrong
Supposed to
song.
That's from now on.
Hmm.
But also this one though too. because she's like
Yes,
crying.
there's oh my gosh. Yes.
Because she's like crying and it's like so beautiful.
Yes.
Those were both, yeah, but that's like in one long video, right? It's like a compilation. I just
Maybe.
remember seeing the whole thing, and she gave it her all, and I stand.
She's amazing.
She's like sunshine. She really is. Period.
And then there's an argument. I just wrote down argument, and then my comment was, "Yeah, okay."
Well, because he's like, we're touring, and she's mad. She's like, you're literally gonna go. And he's like, yes, I'm going.
Yes.
And he's he's telling it to Zac, and Zac's like, we cannot afford to do this, like, because he's like, I have a 60-piece orchestra, which what the hell,
like, girl.
And he's like, you can't, like, you have this whole thing, like, the people are coming to see you, this place will fall apart without you.
Yes.
He's like, well, I gotta go make money, okay, and
he's like, he's not a good businessman.
No,
like,
he's
literally. It's making me stressed.
He takes out another loan, and so they're just getting in financial debt. Listen to Zac, okay?
Financial debt.
Yeah.
And then
oh yeah, go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Okay. And then there's the date.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's the date.
So yeah, Zendaya goes to see a play, and she's
theater.
like, at the theater. She's like, I'm here to pick up my ticket, whatever. And he gives him two. He gives her two, and she's like, no, there's only supposed to be one. And then Zac Efron comes.
He's like, hey, Zendaya.
He's like, no, there's two.
And here's the thing. I just have to say one thing. That Zendaya looks gorgeous.
I know what you're gonna say. I wrote the same thing.
It's Zendaya. But this lime dress,
it's so ugly.
Criminal.
It's ugly.
It's ugly,
and it also feels so out of left field.
Yes,
because it is so unlike everything everyone is wearing throughout the whole thing.
Yes, I was like, whose desk did this get past?
I don't know.
Like,
whoever did, that was a flaw.
And this color, I mean,
it's weird.
It's just a weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's really weird.
And then Zac's parents show up again. And
they're terrible.
They're terrible.
They call her the help.
It's awful.
It's so sad. She leaves.
Runs off. She's like,
valid.
Not any of this.
Yeah, she leaves, and then she goes to the
I will say I was really sad because she was so excited to be at the theater. I was like,
yeah. She's like, I've never gotten to see something like this. Yeah,
before. I was like, let Zendaya watch this show, damn it.
Anyways, so they go to the like ring, the trapeze ring.
I mean, it's
the circus. Yeah, I don't know, because it's not a tent. It's a building still. Anyway, so they go there and he follows her. Yeah. And this is where we get just such a magical, because he's like, come on, like you don't listen to them. And she's like, you don't understand my life experiences. Yeah. Which is just like in Hairspray when Miss Tracy Turnbow forgot about segregation. Like, it's the same thing. And he's like, come on, whatever. And then we get the, I want you.
Oh my God.
This is such an iconic number.
This song.
Do you remember that time we watched it with Parker and we
had to rewind it?
We watched the whole number and then we rewind
pausing it
and watched it again.
Oh my gosh. If you looked up sexual tension in the dictionary, it would just be this number.
And I'm just so happy for Zendaya because Zendaya is my age.
Yes.
And so I just know, like, she was living in the highlight of, like, the High School Musical. That girl, good for her. She loves a man who swings.
Who
Spider-Man.
Else?
Oh. You know what I'm saying? Zendaya will always have a love interest who's like swinging from a rope or a web of some kind.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, she's so good. He's so good.
And okay, I have some things that we have to talk about in this number. First of all, there's a part where they're like singing face to face. She grabs the rope. The fact that her arm does it.
How did she not lose it?
Like pop out of her socket right away.
How did she not lose an arm?
Her tiptoeing on the little bars. She's like,
it's so iconic. The way she descends when she's like coming down.
Yes.
And then she like gets down and the riff that she does on mountains. Oh my gosh.
Her straddling him and then being like, bye, and then leaving again.
The way that they like are like the way they roll they fall and they roll on the ground.
Hot. Okay, also too, when he jumps off the like third story into her, I was like,
ouch,
damn,
bruises.
Yes.
And then the way when he's laying down after they fall and she grabs the rope and it goes up and then he grabs the rope and he flies up and then he pulls it down. Hot.
Yeah, this whole number is like,
I love the behind the scenes of these numbers too.
Yes. When they try that the like spinny
and they
shot,
smack each other.
Yeah, I'd be like, I wish my body gets smacked by Zac Efron.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It is
shit.
so fierce. It makes me like tear up every time. Like, it's one of my favorite love songs. I mean, I don't know if I could say this in musical theater because this is not technically, but it is. I think one of the best like musical theater duets. You don't
Interesting.
agree?
I mean, I put it in
And
the
I'm
top
not.
20.
I'm not just saying the
Yeah.
song.
What are we?
I'm saying the sequence.
Okay, sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's so magical, and
Okay.
I'm currently a little fragile, so it's a lot for me right now.
Sidebar question.
Okay.
Do you think that this would be good on stage?
That's the thing. Because isn't this supposed to eventually?
That probably at some point.
Yeah, I think it could be interesting. I don't know how they would just have to have really fierce like
I mean,
literal.
I saw Pippin, and
I saw Pippin too.
yeah, and Pippin got the
Pippin
job done.
did.
So,
So I believe that they could. It just would
Mhm.
have to be less. I mean, this movie also relies heavily on the CGI. So
yeah,
I don't know. I live though.
I would live.
So yeah, that the moment is so
You're right,
beautiful.
the
She walks away from
stars.
him anyways, which I think is
Yes.
so sad but fierce and honest about what is going on.
The situation at
Um,
hand.
Oh, period. Um, so then wait.
So,
didn't-
Hugh Jackman is on tour.
Oh, he's leaving to go on tour. Yeah.
hmm
Oh, and I put bring him down to earth, Michelle.
Yes.
Come on, this guy. She's like, how could you go? Like,
Mhm.
it's sad because he's like leaving his family.
Like, because he's not satisfied. It's never enough.
yeah. And then we get Tightrope. So she
Such
leaves.
a beautiful song.
Underrated banger, I think.
Mhm.
It is so beautiful. The transition of also during of like them clapping at the daughter's
I
recital
know.
to him clapping to Jenny singing.
And Hugh Jackman does a really, I mean, it's Hugh Jackman, so like obviously
he's
he does a really
fantastic,
good
yeah.
job. But like his acting of just like you could see it in his eyes. Of just
He's
like
he's
I want
great.
more. Like
Mhm.
it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
When they're dancing in the window,
They're dancing in the window and then the curtain flies away and he's gone.
it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Also,
Ugh.
Michelle Williams' hair in this whole movie
I
just
put that
keeps
too.
serving.
Her wig is everything.
Yeah,
I stand.
lace front,
Um,
expensive.
I also put so then the song ends, it's
Mhm.
sad, and then we get Jenny with Hugh chatting. That wig that she has on is gorgeous too.
Yes, her
Her hair. That's I think the most beautiful she looks because I think they put her in some wacky stuff throughout the rest of the
Mhm.
movie.
But this one's simple. She's like in a purple
I
robe.
think it's beautiful.
And her hair is like down and like
she looks beautiful.
luscious.
And then she like kind of goes in for a kiss, which
Mhm.
I don't know how to feel about Jenny Lind because
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. She's in a situation where she was taken from like not taken, like she signed up for it, but she's like out of her element. She's doing everything she can for this guy,
Mhm.
you know, and he clearly believes in her. He's like, it's hard. It's a hard
Yeah.
one.
I don't know.
I would love to talk to Hugh Jackman. I would love to like. I want to know what their thoughts behind all of this was.
Yes.
Because I think it's kind of. I don't really know because you can kind of see. It seems like he is because he is giving her a lot, but it's less about her and it's more about the money that he's making her
Mhm.
or that she's making him. I mean.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And so I think she's like, she sings Never Enough Again and she's all sad. But it's like, yeah, because it's not really about you. It's about the product that you're giving, which is also
Yes.
bad because he is just using all of these. I guess that's what it is.
Yes.
He's just using all of these people to get him what he wants and he's using her.
Mhm.
He's like, because she's putting in a fuck ton of work too.
Oh yeah.
Like she's like on a tour.
it's hard to sing Never Enough 8 times a week.
Girl, she couldn't. Laura Downer did.
Yeah.
Like, I just think I can. It's sad and it's terrible, but I don't know if she's necessarily a villain because she isn't the villain. The villain is his own internal struggle
yes.
and his own inability to recognize the happiness that he already has.
Yes.
And so I think it's interesting because you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Because she's not really, but then this is when she
Then
really
becomes
fucks
the
up.
villain, yeah.
Yeah, because she finishes singing. She sings a really sad
A
rendition
really slow.
of.
If I was in the orchestra,
I'd be like, pick it up, girl.
hello,
pick it
I'm gonna
up.
go home.
And she kisses him.
in
she grabs
front
it,
of the press,
and the picture is taken.
ugh, and
It's
so
terrible.
he runs home.
He's like, I'm done. We're
Yeah.
leaving. And then what happens?
Yes. Well, then there's like
A brawl.
a brawl at the circus.
Yes, because they're bad. They say something terrible
Yeah.
about Zendaya's brother,
Ugh.
and rightfully so. He punches one of them. A fight breaks
Yes.
loose.
And these men are getting yeeted.
They're
which
getting
is making me
yeeted.
giggle.
Yeah,
And then one of them sees like a fire.
Yes, and they light the place on fire.
Ugh.
So the place is lighting on fire. Hugh Jackman is coming home.
Mhm.
And then
They yell fire, and then Hugh Jackman's running, and then it's like ah.
is that what you wrote? I love it.
Yeah. And then Zac Efron goes back in to save Zendaya.
Because they're like, "Where's Anne? Where's Anne?" He runs in.
As he runs in, Zendaya's like, "Guys,
she's like,
I've been here the whole time."
Yeah. And so we're like, "Oh no!" And then like Hugh Jackman shows up with his family, and then they're like, "Ah!" And he runs in after Zac, which is kind of a fucked up move. I understand because this is your friend and your partner, but you did that in front of your children.
Yeah, talk about trauma.
You did that in front of your children. Oof. And then the place comes down, but don't worry, not before Wolverine runs out carrying Zac Efron.
Did you guys forget he was a superhero?
Did you forget? I didn't. And yes, then Zac Efron's kind of not doing well. He's in the hospital. But no one's hurt. One person is hurt, but no one's like dead. The animals are loose. Everyone's okay. But then, so the whole thing is ruined. The newspaper article of him kissing Jenny Lind comes out.
Yes.
And it's drama, which I'm like, I understand that a big thing happened as soon as you got home, but why didn't you immediately tell your wife?
Yeah.
Because that is what your mistake was.
Hey, Jenny made a move on me.
Yes.
It's going to be all over the papers. I just want to let you know there was nothing. Yeah. I love you. And I would have been like, interesting.
Yeah. So she leaves them.
So she leaves.
Valid.
Bye, girl.
I mean, like, valid.
Absolutely.
He's also hasn't been very good.
Yeah.
Period. And we get like Zendaya visiting Zac in the hospital. She's sad. She is the actor of our generation, period.
Oh, absolutely.
Period.
Florence Pugh.
Yes. Like, iconic. And Michelle goes back to move in with her parents, which is such a callback to the beginning of the movie where he's like,
"You'll be back.
You'll be back." And boy, was she.
And now Hugh Jackman is down on his luck.
He's sad.
He's at a bar. He's drinking. He's like, "My place was on fire. I have nothing. I'm just a sad boy without a family, without friends, without a circus." But then his friends all walk in and they're like, "You gave us a home. You gave us family. And you gave us friends." And then he's like, "From now on."
And then we get a beautiful number.
Yes.
Also, once again, the choreography.
Eats.
And it's a beautiful moment because they recognize that their home is in each other. Yeah. And he recognizes that this is enough. What he has always had was enough. Oh, and it's like, it's a beautiful moment. And he runs
which I run to the song. I love running to the song. It's such a good running song. And Hugh Jackman is literally me sprinting.
I'm obsessed with the moment where he's like 5, 6, 7, 8, and reach 6, 7, 8. You know what I'm talking about?
It's like, can't make it to the train, and I'm going.
I'm like, come on, boy from Oz. Yeah. They're popping off. It's beautiful.
Zac Efron wakes up in the middle of this, and he just looks hot. I just keep writing that.
He looks hot. She sings like a little rewrite the stars, and then they kiss.
Yeah.
Ugh, how lucky are both of them?
Right.
Damn, they're in love. Yeah. And period. So then.
Oh, and then the girlies are sitting on the bar riffing. That's just what needs to be.
The girlies are riffing. Oh, they also got evicted. We forgot to say.
Oh yeah,
because he used his house as collateral
without like, telling her. You should have told me.
Yeah, terrible.
So now they're on the beach.
They're on the beach. Of course, they kiss and make up. They're in the same beach that they were at the beginning. Also, the lighting, the orchestrations, the scarf blowing in the wind.
Yeah,
it is cinema. Cinema. Period.
And then they're outside. Everyone's like cleaning up the mess.
The rubble.
And then Zac Efron's like, "You're not smart. I saved the money."
Yeah, because the banks won't give him any more money. Rightfully so, because yikes. And he's like, "Don't worry. I knew your whole thing this whole time. I've been saving money." He's like, "We can go in 50-50. And they're like, "Wait, but we can't, like, yeah, we can do that, but we can't afford like a space in Manhattan." And then he's like, "Wait, we don't need a building. We can use a tent on the
iconic.
Yeah, period.
Coney Island?
Coney Island, sure. No, by the docks, he says.
By the docks.
Whatever that means. I don't know. I have been to New York, but I'm not a New Yorker. Period. And then we get
"This is the greatest show." The beginning of the end. Or the end of the beginning. The whatever.
Yes.
You know what I mean.
We're back at the beginning, and it is the end.
It is the end.
Full circle moment. Once again, what a joyous number.
Yes.
The colors.
It's so good,
The
and
CGI animals,
yeah, they, like, go they're,
the
like
elephants.
I have to comment specifically on before they even get into the number, there's the photo or the puddle outside, and then you get the tent in the puddle, and the
Yes,
kid steps in the puddle, and then they're like, "We gotta go to the circus,"
oh,
and then Hugh's like, "This is the greatest show," and then the elephants are out, and they're like
yes.
all the girls are dancing.
Oh,
It's so good.
and then they like there's like a moment where Hugh takes off his hat
Mhm.
and it gets passed to Zach and it like goes
Yeah.
through a bunch of things and then
Mhm.
Zendaya is it Zendaya that hands it to him?
Yes.
At the end and then
Maybe?
he like the way he puts the hat on he's like he's like I've found my place.
Yes, but then he slides in on his
The way he
knees.
slides.
This is the greatest show.
He's like, yes, do you guys recall Scream from High School Musical 3?
I always recall Scream.
I
from High
recall
School
it
Musical.
in my
I know
dreams
it's your
every night.
favorite.
It's my favorite.
Mhm.
Okay, shut up. Anyways,
And then Zendaya riffs at some point.
Zendaya.
And she does this like shoulder pop that we every time we watch the movie, we always
We
comment
always
on together.
do.
Because she goes, there's like 4 beats, and she's like, ga, ga, ga,
the poses that she does.
It's
The
so
pink
good.
wig,
Yes.
the purple.
And she's like giving Bevel and these like gold Laducas. Like,
She is
ga-da-da-da-da.
everything.
Ugh.
I'm obsessed with her, obvious as if it isn't obvious.
Yeah.
Um
And then we end at the ballet. The little girl is
Oh,
now a
yeah.
ballerina, and her sister's the tree.
her sister's a tree, and he's like, "It's everything you ever want," and he realizes this was everything he ever wants. Which I understand the sentiment; it's beautiful, but I wish we ended with more Greatest Show. You know, more of the ensemble moment.
Oh yeah.
That's just me.
I mean, we needed to tie the bow.
We needed to tie the bow, but I live for the cuntiness of it all.
Yeah. Well, I guess if we ever got a stage musical, then it would be that.
It would be that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well,
So that was that.
that was the greatest show.
I have something to say that I
Okay.
wrote down. I think that the thing that makes this musical so good to musical theater people, because I know that a lot of people do not share the same opinion as I do where I love it. I think that the reason why a lot of us theater people love this instead of La La Land
Mhm.
is and a lot of other movie musicals is because first of all it was cast by a theater
Mhm.
casting agency
Mhm.
director
Telsey?
Bernie Telsey cast this
Mm.
which I think that's why because there's so many theater people in it all over the place
Oh,
like
yeah.
like the guy taking the tickets the like thief guy he was in Waitress Keala Settle
Mhm.
Will Swenson like it's
Yeah.
littered with all
Mhm.
of the dancers most of them are
Yes.
all like Broadway
Mhm.
actors
Half
like
the cast of Newsies.
yes what's that guy's name Alex something
Yes, he's like all over TikTok.
like I think that is why it serves us
Mhm.
what we needed to see in other places.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and also all of the people who are not musical theater actors in this movie can keep up.
Mhm.
You know, like Zendaya, Zach, Hugh.
Mhm.
Well, Hugh is a theater person.
Yeah,
like
he's a
he
theater
is
actor.
through and through. But like Michelle,
High Music Man.
High Music
I
Man.
don't know. Michelle in Fosse Verdon. She's giving
Oh my
theater.
God, she's amazing in
Oh
Fosse
my
Verdon.
gosh.
She also wasn't she?
Maybe she's been on.
Am I making it up, or was she in Cabaret?
Oh, she was in Cabaret.
Yeah.
But this was at this point. She was already Michelle Williams.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I live.
Yeah.
Like it's just that's why it's so good. I think.
Mhm.
Ooh, I love it.
It's so good.
Please let us know your thoughts. If you are Team La La Land instead of Greatest Showman, I do respect your opinion. However,
She will fight you.
a little bit. And I understand it's not everybody's cup of tea. And once again, we do not condone the behaviors of Mr. Real Life
Yes,
P.T.
yes, yeah,
Barnum.
none of that. None
Also,
of that.
the ending. Okay, really quick. There's a quote at the end that's a P.T. Barnum quote where it's like, "The greatest joy in life is to make people happy." And I was sitting with my mom, sat down with me at the very end of this movie today, and she was like, "Oh, what a beautiful line." I was like, well, yeah, he did exploit a lot of people and animals, like in order to make a one specific demographic of people happy. So I don't know about that. So I just think it's ironic and a yikes. Period. Well, anyways,
but we don't have a Zac Efron movie ready for next week. Sorry,
no, but we have another heartthrob.
Yeah, we have another heartthrob.
another Spider-Man.
Oh,
Zendaya's
yes.
co-star.
Yeah, so we're kind of like jumping. We're like doing like a boop, boop, boop.
It's like a multiverse. So
yes.
to speak.
So next week we're doing another like literally one of the best movie musicals. I think I know we keep saying that.
Yes, it's a movie musical done by theater people, which is the key. Tick Tick Boom. Period. And we'll be joined by Bestie of the Pod, Parker Griffin, because that's one of his favorite movies.
Yes.
And it'll be so iconic.
So
I can't wait to watch.
Girlies on a couch. Kiki.
I can't wait to watch the Sextet again.
The what?
Yes, a nomination for a face
Yeah, we'll get into it
award,
next week.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Anyways,
Well,
That
thanks
was
for
that.
viewing with us.
Was this the greatest show? Please let us know.
Ooh, Maddie.
Thank you. I just thought of that right then. Yeah. Say your little thing you always say.
Well, like, subscribe. Maybe put some like music notes if you're like rating us, like giving us like a little musical march moment.
Let us know what your favorite movie musicals are.
Yeah, because for the last one is your choice.
Yeah.
So let us know. Slide into our DMs.
Period.
And we'll see you next
Love
time.
y'all.
Thanks for coming to our
Viewing party.
Yeah. Whoa.
Slay.